power in the verse can stop me.
What's going on, guys? My name is Aldenero and welcome to episode 37 of the Midnight Hour. I'm joined today by our in-studio guests from Mexico, Aaron Loosemore.
Hello. Why would I do that?
From Mexico, Jack Brown.
What? That was
Yeah, last week's episode was really good, and we're actually on a consistent run, not just in terms of actually getting an episode up every week, but I think the last few episodes, including the one that we didn't record, have been really, really good. So we're here to ruin that streak today. Opening with...
which is why I invited us back.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about like topical things that happened this week, and we say this every week, but this is genuinely the most unplanned one. We decided about 10 minutes ago when Loosemore made a Skype call and was like, "You guys want to play clubs or do a podcast or something?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do a podcast." So that's what we're doing, and we don't really know what to talk about. But me and Loosemore were just talking about Wrestlemania because we haven't really actually caught up since it happened. So we're gonna do like 5 minutes of WrestleMania talk, and if that's not what you want to hear, skip forward, or in Jack's case, just shut the hell up for the next 5 minutes.
Eat your
Skittles for the next 5 minutes, yeah.
Right, so like,
Good
obviously,
luck out there.
wrestling is ultra super lame, but
Yep.
yeah, the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match was the main event, and me and Loosemore watched it live while he had to be up for work like 4 hours later, and we both were kind of remarking about how it was literally just a fight with a planned ending. Like, the two of them just beat the living shit out of each other for like 20 minutes, and it was really fucking good. And Brock Lesnar didn't even cut himself, but he was bleeding all over the place. Did you see Roman Reigns spitting out his tooth as well?
Yeah, that was fucking awesome as well.
Actually literally spat a tooth out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just really cool. Like, I don't know, I watched this video a while back called Wrestling Isn't Wrestling or something like that. And it made a point in it that a lot of people think that wrestling fans watch wrestling because they think that it's real wrestling, or that they watch it even though they know it's fake because they watched it as a kid or whatever. And I saw somebody explain it like, wrestling isn't a show where people watch it for wrestling. Wrestling is a show about a wrestling promotion, and that kind of put it in context a lot, for me anyways, and it just made a whole lot of sense, and I am not really ashamed of watching it anymore, even though it is really lame. And what's the other thing I wanted to say about it? Oh yeah, I don't really care about who is better than who anymore or whatever. Like, I think Roman Reigns was going to be the guy, so they should have let him be the guy, and the fans who turn up to boo him and all, like, annoy me, and that's
Yeah, I agree. I think if the guy puts in a shift, puts in a really good match, don't boo him.
Like,
you know,
he never got the opportunity to prove himself, but in the Royal Rumble 2014, like, he was fucking amazing in it. Everybody loved him. And then, I don't know, like, he comes back this year, everyone knows that he's the guy, and they all just want Daniel Bryan to do everything good all the time, and that's really, really annoying. That's what I think.
but overall, I think this was a good WrestleMania, no?
I thought it was a great one, yeah. Like, the Sting match was a little bit annoying, because of everything about it, but...
Well, we had that conversation while we were watching it, that it was a little bit sort of, why are they doing this, why are they doing that?
Yeah.
But ultimately, it was quite a good match, wasn't it?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just good to see Sting, I suppose, mainly.
Yeah.
The Undertaker match was alright, and then the Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar match was amazing. I've watched it again since then, just to take note of how hard the punches and kicks and knees and everything was.
It was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah, it was really good. So, with that out of the way, what will we talk about next? Did anything else happen this week that anyone wants to talk about?
I'm back.
Hey, Jack. Welcome back, man.
Hi, Jack.
I'm back, yeah. Are we done with the wrestling, yeah?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, how was your weeks, respectively? Because we haven't talked since the last podcast, have we?
No, I don't. Well, have we?
Did we?
I don't
I think
know.
me and you have, El. We played GTA.
We played some GTA for a little bit, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we did. I had an interview with a job agency this morning. So, like...
I thought you had that.
Yeah, like, I dressed real smart for it and turned up, and there was, like, 4 guys wearing fucking trainers and hoodies. But,
Told you.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't mind. Like, I look like more of a serious candidate than they do. But it was just for an agency who... It was just, like, they're going to try find me a job. Like, I don't know. I met some woman who is now my agent, so we'll hopefully she can get me some good movie roles and stuff. Nah,
Yeah.
like she went through my CV and we tried to figure out a way to make YouTube sound not really lame, like, because it's really hard to put stuff on your CV about what you've done. Like, everyone lies on their CV, that's a fact. But, like, how do I put that I've got a YouTube channel and I'm in the top 100 most subscribed to channels in Ireland? How do I put that on my CV without it sounding to someone who's out of touch like, oh, this guy has a YouTube channel and he goes and leaves comments and people click on his channel and he's got loads of clicks and he thinks that because of that he should put that on his CV or something?
Well, yeah, but that's only applicable in certain jobs, isn't it? Like, that's only going to be a benefit to some jobs. Like, a lot of people hiring would say that's a great thing, but
Yeah.
it all depends on the job, doesn't it?
I think, like, given that YouTube comments can be quite hateful, like, just dealing with that alone points towards your ability to control, like, angry customers, or, like, I think there's a lot of ways you can make it applicable to a job that you're looking for. But, as I was...
but whenever you say, oh, someone's left me a comment, you always say, they can fuck off. That doesn't work in the real world.
You just gave all my subscribers, like, a peek behind the scenes of
Our Skype chat's mainly consists of, what the fuck's this dickhead saying? He can fuck off. Blocked.
Meanwhile, on my channel, listen, guys, I care about all of your opinions.
I want to hear your feedback.
This channel is for you. I only care about what you think. Yeah, no, but seriously, you can all fuck up. Nah, just kidding. I don't know, it's a mix of everything, isn't it? Like, some people comment just without any manners or whatever, and they can fuck off because I don't make videos for those people, so it's kind of like that. Like, when I stopped doing career mode for, like, a week and a half, and I was getting comments like, go back to career mode, you lazy fuck. Oh yeah, sure, I'd love to. I'd love to make content for you, you fucking angry cunt. But yeah, as she was asking me all these questions, like, what do you want to do? Would you go back to university and stuff? It got me thinking, because I said, like, last week after we did that school episode, which I thought was pretty good, the next logical step would be what happens after school, like employment and stuff. So I thought that would make a good topic for the podcast. And then she was asking me all the questions, like, is there any field in particular you'd like to move into and all? And I don't know, like...
Was you sitting there with, like, notepad, like, writing the stuff down? She goes, what are you doing? You go, oh, I'm just making notes for my podcast later.
No, I sat there, and then the screen sort of had, like, a wobbly effect, and it went like... And then the movie unfolded before my very eyes.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do. But, yeah, I don't know, I thought it'd be a good topic. We'll start with Jack. What did you want to do when you were... From your earliest age, what was the thing that you wanted to be? Like, everyone wants to be a fireman or whatever.
Footballer.
A footballer, that's a good one.
I think everyone did, though, didn't they?
Yeah, man, I really
Who hasn't wanted to be a footballer on the side of that?
Who doesn't want to make 80 grand a week?
But at the end of, like, when you're young, you don't really understand the value of money anyway.
That's
so
true.
anything you choose to be isn't sort of related to, because I learned this much, because I learned that much.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of almost like childish stuff you'd want to be, isn't it? Like spaceman or something.
Astronaut, policeman, fireman.
Yeah. Nothing based on, like, an actual earnings kind of thing.
Yeah. The guy from Jurassic Park. And, you know.
Hey,
President of the country.
Speaking of like Jurassic Park real quick, and specifically the guy from Jurassic Park, I watched Event Horizon for the first time the other day, and it's fucking terrible. Like, it's from like 97, and it's like a movie in space. And I sort of have this rule where if a movie is in space and it's like average, it becomes above average because it's in space. Like, that's just the way that it goes. So a 7 out of 10 movie on Earth is a 9 out of 10 movie in space because it's set in space.
Talking of space, I watched Interstellar.
Oh.
It was a very good film from what I sort of gathered, but it was so fucking confusing. So confusing. Like when they came back from the planet and the bloke was like 23 years old or something.
Oh, that confused? You're good at maths. That didn't even confuse me. How did that...
There's a time and space difference, isn't it? Warp.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Warp.
I got that. There was a lot of other stuff. I think it was done really well though.
What I say about Interstellar, right, and the thing is, people think that when I talk about it from this perspective that I'm actually being a really, like, pretentious sort of know-it-all type guy, like a pseudo-intellectual, but because I've watched science fiction movies all my life, like, it's pretty much my favourite genre is science fiction, particularly to do with space. Like, I know all of these things that are, You know, like I know all the things that Christopher Nolan is drawn from in that movie, and for me, it was annoying because there was way too much like spoon feeding of information going on throughout the movie. Like everything was explained so fucking like just so much all the time.
It didn't leave a great deal to the imagination.
They're kind of up in a spaceship on a mission. Like if they're on the mission, they know what they're doing. They don't need to be explained to them, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like scenes were set up so that.
But the problem is, don't you think it was made to be like that? Because it's a blockbuster. Because obviously they've made it out to be a blockbuster. A certain amount of those blockbuster movies have to be that because they know a mass audience is going to see it. So they have to cater for the really smart people and the really dumb fuckers like us. You know.
Your one Ariadne or Ellen Page's character in Inception was literally just added there so that they could explain the plot to the audience. More
basically,
yeah. So like, it's something that Christopher Nolan does. Like, I think he should show a little bit more faith in his audience. But then people like Jack come along and say they were confused by it. So, I'm kidding. I know Interstellar is confusing. If you've never seen a science fiction movie before, you're not gonna have a fucking clue about a lot of the things in Interstellar. But if you have, you're gonna know everything already without having to have it explained to you, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of like...
In terms of like acting, like obviously McConaughey is just obviously probably the best around at the moment. Well, don't know. I don't watch enough films. But he's the most sort of awarded person around at the moment, isn't he?
Oh, he has a shitload of hype around him at the moment.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, he is definitely one of the hottest around at the moment in terms of how many people want to offer them roles and how many people want to see them in movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. So you want to be Interstellar when you grow up? Is that?
I want to be Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
I think we all want to be Matthew McConaughey, don't we?
There was a time during secondary school when I really wanted to be a movie director.
That's strange.
Do you think?
Although, not really, because like how old were you?
Like 14, 15.
So at the time, you was probably going for all these sort of existential thoughts and what is the world? Yeah.
I actually I wanted to make movies that were like it's weird because like Scorsese and like people like that were people that I watched growing up. But
set sights higher then.
Oh yeah, no.
Go for the very best. Yeah.
What I was gonna say is even weirder than that. I didn't want to make movies like that. If I was gonna make movies, I wanted to make them like the video game Metal Gear Solid 2 because I think that game has had like a bigger impact on my life than any other like piece of contemporary art in media, like video game, book, movie, or song or anything like that. Like Metal Gear Solid 2 pretty much changed my life, which is such a fucking lame thing to say, but I want it because it's so fucking crazy and convoluted and the plot is ridiculous and it doesn't even make a whole lot of sense, but I wanted to make movies like that because I didn't realize at the time that those are insane things that could only exist in a video game, like Final Fantasy 2. I know they made a Final Fantasy movie, but like seriously, tell me that that's good with a straight face and I'll know that you're lying. But, yeah, I wanted to be a movie director.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like the whole gaming thing. That's not going to be. You don't want to be a movie director now, would you?
I mean, I would, but
that's kind of a maturer thing than what most kids go for, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I was like 14, 15, so
yeah.
I was quite mature for my age, mentally. Nope, emotional. Nope. In some way, I was quite mature. I haven't put my finger on it, but I definitely.
When did you finally realise you weren't going to be a footballer, Jack?
When my dad slapped me, he said, "You're not going to be a footballer, son." that's not true. That's not true.
Age 7, son.
You probably realise about 11, 12.
Yeah.
One of my mates got picked up by Arsenal.
Really?
And he was miles better than I was.
Thierry Henry.
His name's Dennis, but he was a Dutch fella. Yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp.
No, it's not him. He's
not the Dennis Bergkamp. He's just another guy with the name Dennis Bergkamp.
No, he's not even called Dennis.
Oh.
I'm not going to say his name.
Why?
If we list a series of players who have played for Arsenal,
he's not known.
Fabrice Muamba.
He's not a footballer anymore.
David Bentley.
No.
Correa Gilbert.
No, he played with him, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So your dad pulls you aside, 7 years old.
Nah, you just kind of you realise over time
Yeah.
Like when you're not playing in the top division at that sort of age, like.
I used to play football. Like I hated football up until I was about 9 or 10 because I was the kid who listened to the angry rock music and was subsequently ostracized by members of my class because they listened to popular music, and because of that I didn't play football because you wear a load of black. It's not good football clothes or whatever. And then I started playing it, and like I really really liked it, and I want to say I got really good at it really quickly, but that's not true. It took me like 2 years or something. But like after that stage, I was at a comfortable level where I was definitely good, and I definitely dreamed of being a footballer, and like a lot of people believed in me. I was never anywhere near good enough, but like I was good for my age at the time. Still a lot of people better than me and everything. Like I'm not gonna say that I could have played for Real Madrid if not for my hamstring injuries, but definitely could have made the bench at a team like Barcelona or someone.
Yeah.
My dad always said I could have got to a decent level had I not had a ridiculous temper. But I went onto a football pitch that hurt people.
Was your role model Pepe?
Big mental Pepe.
Big mental Pepe.
No, I've always been. I'm a centre back now, and I'm really good at tackling. But if I tackle someone and get the ball, I'm not happy unless they're sort of still on the floor. It's all a bit sort of psychotic, but
I see that, yeah.
So you're reasonably competitive.
oh yeah, not even competitive. Like I don't ever lose, but just people getting hurt. It's funny.
There was a
Christ.
you like for some reason are really reminding me of every Brock Lesnar promo from including his UFC promos, like from the last like 15 years, because that's just what he seems to be like. It's like
Yeah.
I don't even like fighting. I just like it when people get really hurt.
Yeah.
So that's
He likes it when people are writhing on the ground in pain. I think that's all it is. Yeah.
the best quote ever from Brock Lesnar was when he said like, "I'm gonna leave him in a pool of sweat and blood and urine and vomit." It's like, why all of those things? Why not just blood?
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine to leave someone laying in a pool of just blood, Brock Lesnar. But yeah, Jack reminds me of Brock Lesnar, so that's good. Never inviting you to my house again. But,
Thought we were done with wrestling.
no, he was a UFC fighter. He fucking held a title.
He's just a fighter. Let's just put it that. Yeah. He's just a guy who likes to fight.
He's a gigantic angry man, is what
Yeah.
he is.
In fact, Jack, you share a lot of similarities.
You actually do, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that everywhere you go, you're accompanied by Paul Heyman as well, like is
That is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know who that is. Cool.
And
I
your
should do,
dagger
'cause-
tattoo on
I
your
should do
chest.
because apparently I'm with him all the time.
yeah. Yeah, no, we need to stop talking about wrestling like really badly. So I wanted to be a wrestler now. I
Did
don't
you?
know.
I genuinely think at maybe 7 or 8, I did want to be a wrestler.
In the way though that like I used to wrestle my cousin a lot, and like
Oh yeah, you'd wrestle your mates on a sofa or. Yeah, but yeah, I'd like pulled off like swanton bombs off like
oh same. I had
Yeah.
like a whole routine worked out where I got hit in the head with a guitar and like sold it like a boss as well.
Yeah.
I quite
That was the best bit, selling it as a kid. Was the ult. Yeah.
That was the real payoff. All the grown-ups surrounded you like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's just wrestling."
It's fine, yeah.
This is
And you
what
do
I
like
do.
Undertaker rise up again, sort of just like. How has this got back to wrestling?
Did you want to be anything else other than a wrestler, Lewis Moore?
Not particularly. I mean, yeah, I wanted to be a footballer, but I knew I was never that good. Like I was better than my mates, kind of. But then when you go to like that secondary school level, and then there's like, other people.
Yeah, shit gets real in secondary.
Then shit gets real, and you realise, oh, actually, there's a lot more talented people.
There's a lot more to this than I had initially thought.
Yeah, I thought it was just kicking a ball. Now, you have to take throw-ins. Like when you're in the park, you don't have to take throw-ins. Then you go to secondary
Loose
school.
one goes to the trial at secondary school. He just rolls the ball on underarm.
Yeah.
We are playing with fly goalkeepers, aren't we?
Yeah, and I'm like putting down my jacket as a goalpost. We have goalposts now. Like, what? What is this?
Yeah, that was like I could have sworn that when I was younger I wanted to be like a fireman or like a cowboy or any of the other members of the Village People, apparently.
An Indian. Yeah.
Yeah.
An Indian peasant, yeah.
George Michael, whatever. I wanted to be something. Oh, do you know what I wanted to be? Was a truck driver, because I didn't know that being a truck driver was illegally working 18-hour shifts while popping pills to try and stay awake on the
I
freeway.
think,
Yeah.
I think mine was like, I wanted to do anything in America. Because
Yeah.
that's
is America, or is it not, when you're younger, the coolest coolest place?
America.
Fuck
yeah.
It is though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Everything is like, I don't. We spoke about this on the podcast once, I think. But when I was in the airport and I was like 7 years old, I heard an American guy talk, and I was like, oh my god, that is the coolest guy in the world.
Yeah.
I want to be like him. And like,
In reality, they're overweight and in Hawaiian shirts.
I love how Jack hates all American people, and like I get the blame for it too. Me, I'm the one who always stands up for America, and America's right to be free and stuff. I shouldn't have said that because it sounded terribly sarcastic. But I always stand up
You
for
sound
America.
like you're from the deep south.
And people are still like, hey man, I don't like what you think about America. We're not that bad. And I'm like, it's Jack. It's all Jack.
Yeah, it is
Just
all
because
Jack.
it's on my show.
Yeah, I'm not getting the credit I deserve from this.
To be fair, America is the land of the free and the home of the brave, and everyone heard that I said that. Actually.
Yeah, and everyone who's jealous can go get a flying gold eagle down their throat, or shoot their heads off, or America.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said all that either.
Nah, you probably shouldn't have.
I did agree, but there was a point that I think because of movies and television that you don't
that's
quite
what it is,
understand
isn't it?
that it's all actors. Like you probably should be at that age thinking, "Oh, I want to be an actor," but you don't want to be an actor. You just want to be the guy.
Hey! Harrison Ford is not an actor. Harrison Ford actually became president of the United States in order to method act
to save
in the
that
training
plane.
for Air Force One. Yeah. So like,
The best
Well, yeah.
film.
Apart from Harrison Ford, he was also obviously trained in the art of flying a spacecraft and stuff.
yeah, it's the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
Yeah, and killed dozens of Nazis training for Indiana Jones.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
He also got Hitler's autograph in training for Indiana Jones. And lots of other crazy shit happened. Harrison Ford, like, I'd love to do a podcast about... this is one that we should write down. And you people in the comments section who are always quiet nowadays and never comment anymore, leave a comment if you think this is a good idea. Just crazy things that we love about celebrities, or celebrities and how we love them because they're crazy. You know, like Tom Cruise, Harrison Ford, like those types of people.
We have talked about doing just a Tom Cruise podcast.
I think we could expand it, make it a 4-hour special. Do Harrison Ford and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
2 hours dedicated to each American hero. Yeah, speaking of that though, I did really want to be an actor when I was younger too.
I think so, yeah.
Like you want to just, I don't know, it looked amazing, and you want to walk around carrying a gun, because like you still had toys at this age. You didn't know that you'd grow out of that, but well, unless you live in America and you can get a gun in Walmart, but you know, shouldn't have said that.
Land of the free.
Leave the Americans alone, come on.
This episode is just gonna open with like, I don't know, Barack Obama's re-election speech or something. That'll be the intro. But no, seriously, like you like always wanted to go around with a gun as a kid and like just do all cool action adventure-y type thing. I don't know, like, because I was not raised on Disney movies like The Lion King and all Beauty and the Beast and all. Like I never saw any of those. I saw like Jean-Claude Van Damme movies and Steven Seagal movies, which
I think anything outside is what you want to do, because you were outside so much as a kid. Like that's what you just wanted to stay outside, didn't you?
don't know. I'm a very introverted person.
But even as a kid.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Not gonna be a 4-year-old going, "Fuck off, mum, listen to Slipknot."
Nah, I mean, as a kid, I remember like Ghostbusters, Batman, Terminator. That was all my wheelhouse. That was my thing. That was my jam.
I was scared of Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park, obviously, yeah. But you wanted to be those guys, I think.
Oh, speaking of Jurassic Park,
I wanted to be a dinosaur.
I didn't finish my Event Horizon story. It was terrible, and I was let down by it. Anyways, what kind of dinosaur did you want to be, Jack?
A raptor.
Yeah.
Quite cool.
You kind of look like a raptor a little
I
bit.
mean, fuck off. How do I look like a raptor?
You know what's funny is that in real life raptors were the size of chickens. Like the raptors in Jurassic Park are completely imagined. Like nothing has ever looked like them or whatever.
I'm looking forward to the new hybrid dinosaur in the new Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the Diabolosaurus or whatever. The fuck
Yeah.
it's called.
That's nearly as, if it is called that, that's nearly as bad as the unobtainium.
I know.
Diabolosaurus, that'd be
It
amazing.
is called something ridiculous like
It is,
that. I
yeah,
think.
it is.
Yeah, like it's funny. I don't know. I saw a great article about the new Jurassic Park movie and how it's actually a comedy movie because everyone in it is an actor that's come from comedy. Like even your man from The Office, what's his name? You know the David Williams, is it?
Who, Williams?
David, the guy who's Michael Scott's boss for like the first 6 seasons.
Oh, with the yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's in it at the start.
Right.
And
Chris Pratt, obviously.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Like,
But even his one first adventure film, like Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a comedy as well, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah,
Played for laughs, isn't it? Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy is Star Wars, except they're all Han Solo.
Yeah, basically.
Harrison
Yeah.
Ford. Yeah, I really need to find out what that guy's name is because it's gonna really. It's not. I don't even care what the actor's name is. Could not give a fuck. But I have to know the name of the character that he played. Because I thought it was like David Wallace. I was so close.
Yeah,
It was
that
David
was it.
Wallace. But yeah, dinosaurs. Yeah, that's what we got onto talking from what you want to be when you're older.
But when did you legitimately like stop that and then actually think about work, or did you not do it at all?
Yeah, I guess the movie
What, stop
director
what you wanted?
thing was the first like step towards in my life taking a step towards a legitimate career that's possible. You know.
Yeah.
I've always figured that you never know what you want to do, or you never know you're going to enjoy something. Now that's the way I want. Never know what you want to do until you're doing something you wasn't sure of and you're enjoying it.
Yeah, that's
Then
the
you
thing.
realise what you want to do.
Like I went to college and did a higher national diploma in business management. Right. I had no fucking idea what I wanted to do. I just come out of school and went straight into that. And like today, the woman was asking me like, "Do you want to go back and finish that and get your degree in it?" And it's like, I don't know. I want to work in that field for a little bit and see if I like it, because I might fucking hate it. Maybe I'll move into something like HR and get a degree in that. Like, it's so hard to know stuff like that without having experienced it in some way. Like, I wonder if there could be a module in school where you have to get work experience. I know they have it in transition year in Ireland, but like not everybody does.
The thing is, I know a few like teachers who have gone through 4 years of uni to be a teacher, 3 or 4 years. They've done 6 months of it and said, "This is the worst job. I can't do it." And it's just one of the things you don't know until you're doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Like
You might think you'll enjoy something, but
what was yours, Lewis? More like, what did you stop and think that you wanted to do?
I think when I was in secondary school, I was not really good at art, but I enjoyed art, and I always kind of wanted to get into that sort of field of like comic book drawing or stuff like that. But that's always like a far-fetched idea, kind of. But only because you enjoyed drawing, and then you
Yeah.
also like Batman, and I just kind of went, well, that makes sense. But I was never good enough to really pursue that. And in college, I kind of thought about, I inquired about going into radio, look at the local radio, and just
really?
working behind the scenes. Yeah, but I never. I
One of
went
them grip
once,
people.
and then I just stopped going because I couldn't be bothered.
You should
Oh,
take take up a position on a podcast.
Do you
Yeah,
reckon?
Nah, you'd be rubbish at it.
yeah, you're rubbish.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Don't worry.
It's not for me. Like they make up too much shit. You know, it's not real enough. I want to get real.
I want to report on beat farms from Australian actors.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, and then I just kind of gave up on my hopes and dreams and got a 9 till 5 dead end job, and then now I find myself here on a podcast.
The American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah, I did that for a long time too. I had a it was a dead end job. I don't think I was ever going to progress in it, but I saved a lot of money, which was pretty good because, like, contrary to popular belief, money is actually good. I don't know, like, what you guys who comment in YouTube videos saying, you're just doing this for the money, are thinking when money is really good. Why would you ever not do something for the money? But, no, seriously.
If Elden did something for the money, he would not be on YouTube.
Yeah.
If it was about the money, you wouldn't be on it, because there's not enough in it.
No, exactly. That's the funny thing about, like, when I stopped doing career mode videos, because I was fucking sick of like, I'd turn on career mode and just projectile vomit all over my room. So, like, I wanted to make different types of videos, so I went and did Ultimate Team, and everyone's like, you're just doing this for the views, and it's like, this has half the views of my career mode video. Like, what fucking backwards planet do you live on? But yeah, that was a good outlet for me to
Well,
get
we've
that.
insulted, like, your subscribers quite a few times. Like.
They can handle it. The people who watch this show could actually handle, like, me telling them all to fuck off to their face, and they'd still come back and listen to more. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I like them.
Yeah, idiots, aren't they?
Nah, the people who listen to this show are pretty much, like, the best, and I can say that because the ones who don't listen to this show aren't listening. So
Yeah. Fuck them people.
It is good how we get, like, 2,000 views every week on a video that's...
There's no way 2,000 people should be listening to us.
Nah.
It's not. It's probably not 2,000 people.
Nah,
it's probably more like, I don't know,
1,500.
600, 700 people.
No, it's more than that. It's in the thousands.
Oh, do you reckon?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you watch the Midnight Hour, leave a comment.
If you get 1,000 comments, we know it's that many.
Yeah, exactly. Multiple comments allowed from the same user. So just spam the comment section with gibberish, please. And
Well, we spam their ears with gibberish, so...
no, you know what to do actually. Seriously, if you're listening to this, open the comment section right now, and if you're using a QWERTY keyboard for like the 5% of people who listen to this on a computer, go to the comment section, press Control V, and post your comment. And if you're on a handheld mobile device, disable adblock. Now, if you're on a mobile device, just hold the screen down and press paste. I want to see what the last thing that you copied was.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, that is.
Yeah, it's always fun to do that.
Hopefully someone links some disgusting porn or something.
Yeah, hopefully.
I won't open it. I won't watch it.
No, me neither.
Someone might, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I do open it, it'll just be like to check or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you got research.
Yeah.
Science.
So what would your dream job be? What would your dream job be? Like, no holds barred here. You can do whatever you want in a perfect world, imaginary, of course.
It's one of the things where you'd still say footballer.
Jack would just be a people tackler. You play football, but there is no ball.
There is no ball. It's just kicking feet.
Yeah.
It would still be. I think most people should still be the same. If like say no holds barred, like you can do it.
I think I'd be like a really famous voiceover guy, like someone from The Simpsons.
But then I don't
Because
know.
that's a job for life. A footballer is a job until you're 30, and then you get a job working at a fucking... I don't know.
I suppose it depends on, do you want the fame that goes with it?
Yeah, I don't want the fame that goes with it. I don't want to be a footballer.
Yeah,
I
I don't want any fame at all. I just want lots of money. I don't want people to know who I am or whatever. Like.
So ideally, you'd just win the lottery and just fuck off somewhere where no one knows you.
See, the thing is, I've tried not working. I've been doing it for years now.
You're really quite good at it now.
Fucking dreadful. Like, I cannot wait to have a job because
It's just regular income, isn't it?
Yeah. To be fair, like, I just hiccuped. I do YouTube, and like, I'm not gonna say that doesn't get me some money, because it does, and it's something that I can do whenever I get bored. But like, if I didn't have even that to do, like, I'd go insane. And a lot of people think that they'd be different and that they'd spend all their time productively, but you don't. It doesn't work that way. Although
I think people misconstrue YouTube as an easy job.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
But I've been at Nets before. I've been around yours. It's not at all.
No, it's not easy. It's difficult. A lot of tears involved. A lot of tears.
Yeah. I was
But
wondering
isn't
around
that
your house.
structure? I mean, you're looking for structure, aren't you?
That's the thing, yeah. I think an ideal living situation for any modern Western person is like 4 days a week of work. I think that's the best way that you would maximize your free time in a way. Like, plus like maybe 25 to 30 holiday days. Because in Ireland we get 21 holidays. Like, that's typical.
That's terrible.
It's fucking dreadful. Like, when I was working, I never felt like that was enough holidays. I always felt like you just give way too much of your life to a company.
I think I get like 28 or something.
28, that's decent. But like, you work for your mates, so like anything.
I can
goes.
have anything I want. I can
Yeah.
have any time I want. Yeah.
Oh,
Like I said, I'm not going to work for the next 16 months, so I'll see you then.
What do you get, Loosemore?
Depends on many. Like I work more hours now, so I get more holiday. So I think it's about 23 maybe days off.
Yeah, that's about
Something
right.
like
Yeah. For what I was doing, it was 21. Like, I'm hoping for like 25 in my next job because it just doesn't seem like enough. I don't know.
I'm hoping for about 365.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
That's what you've got in your current job, isn't it?
That's what I have. Yeah, but I'm my own boss and I always make myself work. So that's
Yeah.
so fucking untrue. I don't make myself do anything.
The amount of times you've come and played GTA or FIFA with us instead of editing.
Oh, I know.
I'm sorry, I should make a video, but nah.
So many like peeks behind the curtain as to what goes on here. Like for the people who are wondering why there's no video on a Monday, is because I didn't make it because Jack was like GTA, and I've been like yes, absolutely GTA, definitely.
But then equally, like I take my job so seriously that I watched Wrestlemania until 4 o'clock in the morning and went to work on 4 hours sleep. So it's kind of like a
That is true, yeah.
work is just bullshit, though, isn't it? Really, unless you find something that you actually enjoy, it's just kind of a
In a reasonable situation, what would be your dream job? Something that's actually achievable.
By the way, my dream job would be like to be a famous rapper. Even though I know I said the lottery thing, but like it would be really cool to be a rapper because I would like that.
What would your name be?
Elden Hero.
What
No,
your
do you know
name?
what? I actually have a whole bunch of band names written down for if I was in a band. None of them would apply to being a rapper, but like
Blink 183.
Blink 184, in fact, because I can't say tree. No, like I don't know. Like if you're in a rock band, no, say like a post-rock band where your name is really important because your songs don't have lyrics. So like the small town zombie crisis. Oh no, if I was if I was in a
I
post-rock
like that
band,
as a name.
the Small Town Zombie Crisis? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good. I think that'd be my album title. Band name would be like Smoke in the New City or something, because it's ambiguous, but it's also a reference to Nostradamus. Shit like that. That's what you want. Like, you want weird... Like, I had another one at one point that was... It's in my memos on my old phone.
Was it Russell Crowe and the Colossal Twats?
That's correct.
Yeah.
You saw my top 10 tweets of all time video, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
See, he's given up the beat farm.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad day when a man gives up a beat farm.
It's always a sad day.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Jack, I liked your question. What is your reasonable... No, like realistic... What
Really
is
reasonable like
a
reasonable
job you could
expectation.
have if you
Could
fucking
you
wanted
achieve?
it.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
It's like
wanted to,
you have to have the ability for it now, or at least the ability to learn how to do it.
This is a big call on my behalf. I don't know if I'm that good, but I would love to be a writer on the internet, like write articles and stuff. You know, like what the cracked guys do. I think
That's not that surprising because the amount of times you link me an article or something.
Yeah, like I read articles every day, and like I'm really interested in a lot of things, and I think I have a lot to say about just pop culture in general. That if I could find a way to, and this means working on it. I've never worked on it, but I think if I could find a way to, not come up with a formula as such, but just come up with a way of easily making those words spill out of my head onto a page, like I think I could write some, you know, marginally compelling stuff, or at least some insight. I think I could be insightful. I think that's one thing I do quite well, is give my opinion on things.
but is like Twitter and this whole thing we're doing right now, it's kind of a gateway into that, isn't it?
Oh, it is,
like,
yeah, for sure.
You know,
it's just the thing. The problem is that this podcast doesn't grow exponentially at all by itself. Like, this podcast is a thing that was
It's
made
restricted by this, yeah.
It was made for the people who wanted it at the time, and those people are still the people watching. Like, it hasn't really gained any traction or new viewers, like, at any point. So,
but it's not like we promote it either, really. Like,
Nah.
like you know, it is what it is, and you know.
Well,
I
like,
think-
your tweet on a Saturday afternoon is usually quite good.
yeah, it is, yeah.
that's the only promotion we have. Like when I get up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I should probably plug our podcast, and that's it. Yeah.
Best thing to do would be, because the target audience for my ideal job is not the same target audience as my YouTube subscribers, because they're of a younger demographic and they're more interested in other things, whereas I'm looking at like an older demographic when it comes to like writing stuff, and even this podcast is geared towards an older demographic. So I think getting this on iTunes would be a good start, because if it gets a certain amount of downloads, like it will appear on a list, you know, like it'll gain some level of trending sort of.
Yeah, it'll be more accessible. And
Yeah, exactly. So that should logically be the next step. I guess I should go about doing that, because otherwise, what's the point in talking about it, you know? But that's my that's what I'd like to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is only going to help that. I mean, that's not completely impossible to go from being a guy who has content on the internet to being a guy who has content on the internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You're already in, so it's just a case of,
yeah,
you know,
just changing lanes a little bit.
Exactly, yeah.
What about you guys? What do you want to do?
Go on, Ismail.
I mean, I work at Tesco at the moment, or a supermarket. There are other supermarkets, I should say that. It's not just.
As if they're going to take this for any kind of advertisement.
Yeah. So, I mean, obtainable job from this point is chairman or co-executive of Tesco. Really?
Wait, can you go back and say, Tesco, there are other supermarkets?
Why?
Because I just want to say, well, like, a little advertisement doesn't hurt. Like, every little helps.
Oh, right. You want to...
You can't
Really?
do that. You can't rewind time on a podcast.
Oh,
True.
really? I fucking can.
You can edit.
If I want, I can go back and edit that joke in, and I can find clips of laughter from all over the internet and put that in as well.
Do you want me to say Tesco, but there are other supermarkets?
Nah, I'm not even that sad.
I think it's gone.
Oh.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that if I want, I can pull a joke out of the bag. All right.
Yeah. You're going to put on your CV.
Yeah, it's already there.
And by bag, you mean the one with the blue stripes down the side, right? A Tesco bag?
I love Jack's disapproving groans.
It's like whenever you start talking about wrestling, my head just bows down, and
This has been a really embarrassing time for Jack this last
I'm in a bad place.
Yeah.
So what? So you want to be the chairman of Tesco?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, from here, that's pretty obtainable. Next 10 years, I reckon. Just try a bit harder, you know, maybe.
Stack more of the shelves.
Yeah.
Stack one more shelf
Actually
every...
care about my colleagues. Maybe start there. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know.
Chairman is obtainable. Just need to try harder.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So
But I think I kind of do want to do what I mean. I write tweets on Twitter. Weirdly,
Twitter is the best place around for tweeting.
Yeah, I find that.
I find I tweet there more than most other places.
I rarely tweet from other websites.
No, I don't.
Very rarely.
Tried it on Facebook, didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried tweeting on Facebook once. It was really weird.
Yeah.
Someone told me the army deserved footballers' wages, and I left.
Yeah, but the reason I do tweet the way I tweet is because I kind of like funny shit amuses me. So if I was to go into a field of something, it would probably be comedy. Maybe I'd want to be maybe a comedy writer, but that's so difficult.
You are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Only
Funnier than we are.
characters though.
Yeah, you're funnier than we are. You're the funniest member of the Midnight Hour.
Yeah. Apart from the other Jack, me and Nell, you're comfortably in that 4. You're in the top 4. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'm getting in the Champions League, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you're getting a spot. Maybe you have to go through the qualifiers, but
yeah, I'm in.
But Pierluigi Collina is the referee, so good luck.
There'll be a phantom goal in the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of football banter there for all the lads.
Bants with a Z.
When I grow up, I want to be a lad.
I wonder the amount of people that kids would say that now.
I want to be Dapper Laughs.
In what kind of is a good question? Like, what do you think the expectations of the dreams of kids, like compare them to when we was younger to now?
The same.
Well,
no, actually, that's a good question, because I think there's a huge cultural phenomenon when it comes to like reality TV, and I think there are lots of people who just want to be bimbo, airheaded morons and get paid for it. Like that Joey Essex guy. You know him, don't you, Jack? He's from your place.
place.
I just like the way he's so fucking thick that, like, on his form, like, he went to, like, the Become Famous boutique, and they're like, yeah, alright, what's your name? And he's like, Joey, what's your last name? And he didn't know, so we wrote down Essex, and that's why he's Joey Essex. And yes, all people become famous from Be Famous boutiques. That's what.
Yeah, did you say it was in the paper today, or according to the Sun anyway, that he confused that he was talking to Nick Clegg at a convention or something, and apparently he confused what Nick Clegg did. He thought he was part of the Liberal Democrats, like it was to do with cats.
Right.
And you're like, how are you even invited to a political convention in the first place?
See,
I mean,
that seems really weird and all, but like a few weeks ago, Ted Cruz said that there's no such thing as global warming because he had a snowball in his hand.
Yeah.
So like, while one thing is stupidly outrageous, compare it to the actions of a man who is legitimately in power. Well, he's what is Ted Cruz? He is a fucking
Senator?
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, Senator Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
In Texas, I think.
Probably.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, shit's great.
Is he not running for president,
Yeah.
possibly?
Yeah. Possibly, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's been sort of lined up for it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Which
name's
is
getting
suitably
called up.
scary.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Today's sponsor is America.
America.
What was your job, Jack?
What do you mean?
Like, what
Like,
do
from
you
this
wanna
point,
do?
where do you think you can, like, what is your dream job from this point?
Oh, I'll end up like buying houses, doing them up, and selling them on.
Oh, right. That's actually.
I'm fairly certain that's the route I'm going.
It's not far from what you're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's just with more money, by me.
yeah, you're doing it at a ground level at the moment.
Yep.
I mean, did you want to do that at the age of 18?
No,
Or was that
no,
something
but I love it now, and
Right.
that's what I said earlier. Like, you don't know what you want to do until you're doing it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, I never thought I'd do this, but
But
I love
sadly,
it.
like, you don't know what you don't want to do until you're doing it, and you realize that you don't want to do it.
Yeah, which is when we're going through uni and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But didn't
I
you
don't
have
know.
a lot of friends who were like, they knew what they wanted to do? And they may not want to do that now, but like at 16, they were like, I want to be a veterinarian,
Look,
or I want
I
to
think
go.
I think it's
be a
only them sort of
teacher.
things, like nurses and vets, who actually
Yeah.
go through with it.
Yeah.
Like people who say, "I want to be a admin assistant." I don't know who the fuck says that, but
Yeah.
but they'd never end up being that.
Cut to a 6-year-old Loosemore wearing a t-shirt that says future admin assistant, shedding a single tear.
I guess I'll just be chairman at Tesco.
Yeah, no, it is true. Like, I think you just get those jobs to like pass the time until you figure out what the fuck you want to do as well. Like, there's a lot of that going on, and then a lot of people just don't have the motivation to figure it out because life.
I think people get too comfortable, and they like once they're so used to a certain thing, like Loosemore probably is now. Like you're so used to doing this that you don't sort of think about your future. You just think about the next week, don't you?
Yeah, basically, because when you get a day off, you rather than like actually go out and go, right, I'm going to make a change in my life on that day off. You don't. You sleep until 1 o'clock because you catch up on your sleep, and then by the time it's 1 o'clock, you're like, well, I'll probably have some breakfast now. And then by the time it's 6 o'clock, you're like, well, work tomorrow. Fuck it.
How long does your breakfast last?
It lasts 5 hours.
I'm bad at maths, but I think it just added up to
Yeah.
18 hours.
Yeah. I have a 5-hour breakfast. It's very, very nice. Yeah. Mountains of Cocoa Pops.
I think that's like it's the same with me. I used to work at a gym. I didn't want to do it, but it takes so long to get out of it.
I cannot
Yeah.
imagine you at a gym.
I was sat on a desk doing nothing.
Alright.
Oh.
Because, like, it's just like someone coming up to you like, yeah, you're right, mate. How much should I be lifting? I don't know. Fuck off!
Lift your hand off my desk, you cunt.
Shut up, you fucking muppet.
Yeah, I can't. You in a gym is funny to me.
Well, but you know how lazy I am anyway, so
That's the thing, and you eat Domino's like every day.
it's a week.
Yeah.
I've got a massive deck of Skittles to share. Well, not share.
Oh,
and
of course.
a 1.5 litre bottle of Diet Coke. I'm living the life.
Is that not something we obviously all share, though, that we're very, very lazy?
Do you know what? Right.
I think most people who watch this video will be similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're too fucking lazy to get up and turn it off. Like.
I've insulted them again, haven't I?
That's
Now they
always
know they're
done in
lazy.
this, like, yeah, we're
Yeah.
terrible people. But I have been like really lazy and stuck in I don't care what happens because this life is just a draft life sort of mode for a long time. But when this year started, I decided I was gonna eat healthier, and that was my only task, was to eat healthier. And like, right, I haven't accomplished that properly because that's ridiculous. But I don't eat. I've had, I think, maybe 10 takeaways all year in 2015, whereas last year I probably had about 300 of them.
I had that much in March.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I've given up smoking. I haven't smoked in like 2 months now, which is
See, that's massive.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah.
Because not many people can do that.
and like even stupid like little social things, like I used to be too, like, I don't know if I was afraid and too introverted or if I was just too fucking lazy to figure out how it works, but I genuinely had like a phobia of getting on a bus up until like a few months ago. And I don't know, I feel a lot more like energetic and sort of driven now than I ever have done, which is why I actually dressed smart and went to an interview with a job agency today, which is something I would have never done.
Like 6 months ago, you never would have done that.
Nah, not a fucking chance. Like, I was way too comfortable, and now I want to actually...
You'd be one of the people turning up in trainers.
Yeah, I would have been, yeah, because I would have been like, oh, fine, I have to do this, I'll do it in the most fucking half-arsed way that I can, but, nah, I'm fucking, I don't know, like, I feel sort of...
The thing is with you though, is you're going through like, you're getting certain things in your life in order, like your girlfriend and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
sort of them sort of things that motivate you to actually change your life.
Yeah,
for the
that's
better.
Yeah,
what it
surely
is.
when you made that first step though, with like that sort of thing, like quitting smoking,
Admittedly,
that
most
changed
people-
everything, you know.
Admittedly, most people, the first step isn't, I can now get on a bus.
Well, it might be. Like, that might be the first step to, like, right, once I'm on the bus, I can then go anywhere, well, within the bus
Well.
journey.
It's limitless.
Yeah,
If you want
limitless,
this
but
map,
within the
this is where I
bus
can
journey
go.
that the
Yeah.
route, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it's like, it's quite interesting because, like, see, for me, like, motivation and all of that stuff just is in such short supply that when it comes, you really have to fucking be ready to, like, catch it and run with it. So that's just what I'm doing. Like, even if I could just get myself set up and, like, move out and, you know, properly just sort my life out, like, that's pretty much the ultimate goal, and that's all that it ever can be. And I was thinking, like, last year, me and the other Jack did an episode of the Midnight Hour. I think it was episode 10 where we did a Q&A thing. We've never done an episode like that since, but I think I said in it that I'd love to be able to cook. Like, that's just a thing that I saw future me doing. And then I sort of realized that, like, the future me knows all these things and has a good job and a good house and whatever, and the modern me that's here now in the present doesn't do anything to do that. So, like, you just have to take that step. And
I think the big thing is, a lot of people think the future isn't something that's set. So you do actually have to mould it yourself. You have to
yeah,
do something to improve it. You can't just say, right, the future's fine. The future is what it is.
I think for
The
me
future
it's
is
like,
what you...
in the future this is what I hope, and therefore this is what will happen, because I'm the
Yeah,
type of
this
person
doesn't
that
work.
things just work out for me. Well, they don't, but you think that they do when you're younger, because as we discussed in the last episode of this, you can get by like a certain amount of your life without doing anything as long as you're smart enough to know how to
Know when to make a change and know how to...
know how to play the game, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like that kind of thing. And like now I have a completely new perspective. Like, I actually am cooking, not a whole lot, mostly Mexican food, but like the fact that I have an interest in doing it now, and like I want to learn new things and stuff, like that's just one example, but that's a skill that's gonna help me, you know, when I move out and I'm not living off takeaways and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's good. Like, I'm excited, but ask me again in 6 months when I'm working a dead end admin job that I hate. And
Yeah.
But this
Quitting
is
it to do
probably
YouTube full time.
yeah, I don't know. What were you gonna say, Lushmar?
I was gonna say this podcast probably might hold us accountable. Like the fact that we're doing this podcast and we're saying a lot of shit, but if we don't do it, we'll look. The podcast is still out there. Where like a year from now, we can look back at this podcast. I remember in podcast 36 or whatever the fuck this one is.
That's massively important. Is to set your, like, here a really extreme version of that I fucking love was I read it on Imager, and I'm pretty sure it's made up because it's not a real type of mental thought process, I don't think, as opposed to a physical thought process. But anyways, it was like this comment from a girl that said, I've been feeling suicidal, so I left every day when I leave the house, I leave a vibrator under my pillow, so that just in case I feel like killing myself, I'll remember that, and like I'll be mortified at the idea of someone finding that after I die. Or
That's
whatever.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, right, that's not real, and if you are feeling suicidal, you need to talk to someone about
Yeah.
it. But
Don't buy a vibrator.
yeah,
Or do, it's up to you. I mean,
that story in itself is a metaphor for how you can actually train yourself to be a better version
Yeah.
of you. Is you
Yeah.
set yourself some sort of ridiculous deadline or target, or like leave some kind of trap for yourself so that you know you have to do something.
You always should leave. You should have like ridiculous targets, because then if you don't make it and you've tried your hardest, you're somewhat closer anyway.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
If you get closer every time, then it's fine.
you can't ever, like, I don't, it's weird, like, me saying something like this, but like, if you don't try something, you'll never know about it. And the version of me that was too afraid to get on the bus is being laughed at by me right now, where I'm like, it just doing something as little as that, it just gives you so much more independence and confidence in, like, obviously not everyone's afraid of getting a bus, but like the little things you have that make you insecure about yourself, like, it's just like, take it one step at a time and eradicate those before you try figuring out anything else about yourself, and like, you'll learn a lot and stuff, and it's interesting and all.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
So,
That's like you got to have goals in life. Because
Yeah.
Basically,
like you'll float through life just happy with what you got, and you should never just be happy with what you got. Actually, that's a bad way to put it. You should be happy with what you got, but you should have an aim to improve on that, no matter how happy you are.
there's been a quote stuck in my head all day from a brand new song called Sowing Season, and it goes, take all that you have and turn it into something you were missing. And that just kind of like is obviously just being like, be grateful for what you have instead of focusing on the things that you don't have. And these are all just stupid things that people say, that if you are the way you are and you don't want to change that, they won't mean anything to you and you'll scoff at them. But I watched Lost in Translation a few years ago, and I thought it was amazing. And I watched it last night again with my girlfriend this time. And throughout the entire movie, I kept thinking to myself, like, the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, like, this, they get me, or whatever. And, like, this time I watched it, and I was like, that Scarlett Johansson's character is so annoying. Like, why did you even go to Tokyo if all you're gonna do is fucking sit in a hotel room and mope the whole time? And, like, oh, you did philosophy and you don't know what you want to do with your life, and, you, like, I don't know, just shut the fuck up and fuck off, Scarlett Johansson, in that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, little things like that, like coming
I
of
never
age.
thought I'd hear fuck with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, she can fuck. No, not her, but like the character that she's playing in that, whose name is Charlotte Johansson. You can fuck off. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, all those like coming of age movies that you watch, like as soon as you get a hint of perspective about shifting the way that you think, and then you watch those back over, it's a lot harder to sympathize with the characters, I think. That's just something that I've noticed over the last while anyways. But the weirdest thing for me about the last few months is all my friends being like, why are you so happy all the time? Really odd.
Yeah.
I've turned like the last 20 minutes or so all about me, and I
So
really
fucking
want to
selfish.
move away from it. It's my fucking podcast. But still, I don't know. Well, like, what are your like long-term goals then? Are they ultimately the same like job thing that you wanted, or is there steps before that?
Mine's just an evolution of the job I've got.
Yeah.
Like just a better version of it for myself. But
And you didn't go to university?
no, I went to college and got a business thing that's nothing to do with what I do now.
I went to college and dropped out after a year.
What did you do there?
Art, English, and psychology.
Art's
Oh
one
wow,
of them
because you would have
things.
gotten so many jobs from those.
Art's
Yeah.
one of the things where it's always seems so pointless to study it.
No.
I always thought that because it's subjective. Like, I always used
Art
to think
art is what someone makes of it.
I
everyone
saw
sees art.
like there was this protest on in town a few years ago, from students when the government were talking about raising the student fees in this country, and somebody had a sign that said, "Every time you raise the student fees, a medicine student drops down to arts." So fucking good.
Yeah.
But that
That's
is the
good.
way that art is always looked at. Is like,
Yeah.
oh, you got an
It's-
art degree? Good job.
Art has a place, but it's for something to study it. I just think the jobs, unless you're an actual artist, then I think the jobs market is so like limited, so specific.
I am an artist. I take pictures of things and put them on Instagram and add a tint to them.
Yeah.
But yeah. So like, none of us have degrees at all in any field, and
Nope.
we're all gonna be all right.
I always think
There's gonna be
like,
a few people who are listening who are worried about results and stuff like that. Don't be.
Yeah.
A lot of
yeah,
people
just
say,
look at
"Oh,
us. We're all in jobs that we never thought we'd have, and or
Except El De Niro, he's
I
unemployed.
think I'm the only one enjoying it."
actually, yeah, no, I don't enjoy my job. Yeah, so actually, only 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
I make a
You've got-
podcast that like 2,000 people listen to, so like, you know, I might not make a whole lot of money,
Swings
but
and roundabouts.
this is fun. So, you know, you might end up being poor but happy.
Yeah,
It's not the worst thing in the world, right, guys?
yeah.
That's pretty much
I
what you
always
are
think
now.
I'm kind of like Chandler from Friends. By the time I hit about 35, I'm going to quit my job and be like, right, I'm going to find something that I enjoy. Because there's like an episode like in season 8 where he just like quits his job because no one knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's basically what I'll do eventually.
Transponder.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like
He's a
gloves, but for
transmonster.
your feet. And then the sign reads, not suitable for adults.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, or man who's 2 years younger than me. Yeah, I don't know, like, what I would say to anybody who's worried about anything, like, I can go back to college, I can go back to university in this country probably for free as a mature student, and I'm only 24, so, like, I'm not going to be ostracized for being mature or whatever. There's, like, an obstacle, like, you can maneuver anything that you want in your life as long as you want it badly enough. There's access courses, like, there's so many ways of obtaining a career that you want into that worrying about your final exams or whatever, like, while it would be handy to get what you want on those the first time around, like, it's not the end of the world if you don't. It's just the end of your world.
But also,
you will die unhappy.
There's never been a better time for that, is there? Like right now is the best time to do whatever you want to do because there's so many different.
Right now
Yeah.
is the best time for anybody in the Western world to be alive, especially if you are a white male. Like,
Yeah.
you could not be more privileged than anybody else in history.
Yeah.
I don't want to be all like down, but for younger people than us, like the aged people that might be watching this, actually, no, we're kind of probably in the same bracket when I'm talking about it. Is there'll be a robot that will do whatever job you want to do.
Oh, their life is over.
Yeah,
But there's no reason to say that they can't enjoy their teens until they
yeah.
make it.
I mean, make the most of the next 6 months.
Yeah, because it's all you're realistically gonna have.
That is the biggest threat to human.
We're talking about the robot uprising, yeah.
Not an uprising, just the fact that we'll
No.
become.
It's not gonna be much
So-
uprising involved. It's just
There'll be so little jobs available.
the subterfuge will be lifted, and the world will just be robotic, and you won't have known it all along. That guy working next to you in Tesco, stacking the shelves faster than you, Loosemore, that was a
Yeah.
robot the whole time. Idiot.
Look who's chairman now.
It is actually Chairman Robot. It is funny though when you there's a Tesco like Express or something like that, or is it a Sainsbury's even? I think it's a Sainsbury's right next to Euston Station in London. You know the one, Jack. We've been in there loads of times, right?
Let's go for this.
Every time I go in there, it's packed, and there are like 4 staff working there, and all the staff are doing are telling the customers how to work the self-checkout thing, and it's like, here are 4 guys who are just showing people how to do their job for them. Like,
Yeah.
make
I
me
used to do
redundant.
I literally used to do that. Yeah.
So that's like for your sake, Loosemore, I actually never used a self-service checkout because
Cheers, man.
I don't trust robots. Like, I don't know. It's been well documented in my life that I am not a robot truster.
I always use the self checkout because I'm just socially. I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I wasn't good at talking to people either. So when I was on a checkout, It was a case of they didn't want to talk to me, I didn't want to talk to them. There was a mutual agreement between the both of us.
My favourite rapper used to sing check out my melody.
Oh yeah? Nice.
Yeah.
Christ.
Hey, hate it or love it, man. I got the jokes.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Christ.
Yeah, so seriously, like, if you're young and you're worried, don't be. Like, you know, we're gonna have to build a new society anyway when the robots crush this one, so.
I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
I, for one, will be back.
Well,
Dun, 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 dun.
I was just thinking that.
if you're not fading this as the end of the podcast, then
Yeah.
Fucking wish that song.
If this doesn't end with the Terminator theme at the end.
You can run on